Hi and good morning everyone. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Welcome back to the channel. Firstly, can I just say a big thank you to all our subscribers so far. So what are we talking about today? Well, first thing is about warranty on new vans, because we've had Moose now for just over a year. We got him in April last year. I'll tell you a little backstory. We've been campers all our lives, 30, 40 years. It was our way of cheap holidays when the kids were growing up. We used to go camping all the time. And but as the years are going and we're getting older and near retirement age, just getting a bit fed up. It'd take you half an hour to an hour to set up when you arrive somewhere, and if you were only going for a weekend, it was quite a long chunk out of your weekend setting up. And obviously you usually have to leave your campsite by 11-12 o'clock, so you're rushing on a morning to pack up and leave. And say Steve always had to do his rolling up and down. He used to make other campers laugh when they saw him flat out rolling up and down, pushing the air out. So yes, so we decided that we wanted a bit more comfort. Also, we've only got a few years left till we retire, and then we really want to do a lot of travelling then, Europe, and obviously see a lot more of the UK. So the last couple of years we were looking around, looking at campers and motorhomes, but we decided we wanted a small camper van so we could get down, because we love travelling down little lanes and things like that. And we would basically went out for a day to look at campers, and we went to Loudham's in Nottinghamshire, and we walked into the showroom, and Moose was there on the showroom floor, and we fell in love with him then and there. We actually brought Moose, who was on the showroom floor, because it was everything we wanted. I mean, we could still take the grandkids, the two granddaughters, because he's got a pop top roof, a double bed up there, as well as a double bed roll out bed on the bottom. So yes, so say we fell in love with Moose then and there, brought him then and there. We picked him up at the end of April, about April 26th. So we've been all over the place in this last year. Had 16 days in France and Spain in the end of March and April. Well, I'm digressing. To get cut to the chase, in February got an email from Loudham's saying that we'd had Moose for a year, or coming up for a year, and we needed to book a service. I say we'd never had camper vans before, so we didn't really realise what we had to do. Obviously we knew we'd have to have services, as in engines, like you do with cars and things like that. So when it said it needed us, it just said a service. So I thought, well, we got a couple of months left till we've had him a year, so I basically didn't do anything. And then a couple of weeks before the 26th of April, I rang up to book the service, and the lady said, oh, didn't you get your email at the beginning of the year? And I sort of said, oh yeah, had the email, but you know, we've only just had Moose a year at the end of this month, being April. And she says, oh yes, but you're supposed to book in, because we are fully booked all year round, and you know we can have waiting lists that can be up to 6 months to get in, and if you don't have the habitation check, and I said, oh, I thought it was just an ordinary, you know, oil change, check, that sort of thing, make sure everything was working properly for the first year. And she said, no, it's habitation check. And she said, that's why, because you get 90 days before a year and 60 days after the year to actually have the habitation check done. And if you don't have it done in that time, your warranty is null and void. And she said, and I'll have to look, she said, but I'm sure we're fully booked right up now until July, August. And I was thinking, oh. And I said, so is there no? She said, no, there's no, because it's part of your agreement. If you have to have these done at certain times. So she went, and I was thinking, oh my God, what are we going to do? We lose our 3-year warranty if anything does go wrong. And anyway, she looked for her appointment book, and she says, oh, there's one at the end of May the 30th. She said, that's unusual unless someone's just cancelled. So anyway, that was it, straight in and say we booked it for that. And she said, I suggest when you get to this one that you book next year's one while you're there, because she says we do get fully booked right up to 6-7 months ahead, because there's so many campers and motorhomes on the roads now. Now, I'm not sure, obviously if you buy from a dealer, I assume that you get a warranty, so even if it's a used motorhome or camper, I suppose you still have to do your habitation check. But if you buy, say, a second-hand one off someone else, you obviously don't get a warranty then, so it's not so much. But yeah, so well, anyway, we took Moose to Loudham's yesterday, and he had his full habitation check, and everything was fine. We were there 7 hours, I think. Dropped him off at 8:30 in the morning. We actually went walking round, because Gunthorpe's a lovely place in Nottinghamshire, and Loudham's is right on the River Trent and the nature reserve, so we just went off walking through the nature reserve along the River Trent. And I have got videos of yesterday which I will be putting on after this, but basically it's really just to warn other newbies like us who might be in the same situation, that you don't realise that you have to have these habitation checks. I thought they'd be on older campers or motorhomes that, you know, after a few years when they could get damp, that maybe after 2-3 years you start having habitation checks. But obviously I was wrong, very I'd say, with obviously didn't understand, because we'd never had campers and that before. So really it's just a little heads up or a warning to newbies like us, that if you do get an email and about a service, it didn't say it was a habitation check, it just said a service. So like I said, I assumed it was the normal oil change or bits and pieces change like you do on a car, and it wasn't. So losing your warranty over because you're a few days over, or you can't get in to have it done, is not good, or will be. I'll just show you my little companions for today. Tia's 11, and our little old Suki. The Suki's 15. Aren't you, old girl? So yes, so that is basically all I wanted to say. I know I digress a bit half the time because I forget what I want to say, but please carry on and look at the rest of our videos, and thank you to all those who do watch our videos and have subscribed. So anyway, catch you all soon. Enjoy the rest of the video, and Have a nice day. Loudon's in Nottinghamshire. We've just dropped Moose off for its habitation check. So we've had a cup of coffee in the cafe and we're now just going to go for a walk. There's some beautiful campers here. And there's one of those rooftop ones, Skypod. Wonder how much they are. So that's on a Touareg. A Skypod. So how much are they? Oh, please ask for a demo. So price is £1,299. Just basically a bedroom, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what
But they're quite wide, aren't they?
Yeah, you just put the put mattress inside.
Just sits on a... You've got yourself a little shade as well. You can open...
Stop the rain, isn't it?
Yeah. Fly net, so you can look out. And that must be where you put your ladders, is it? Yeah. Ideal if you just want to pop away for a weekend and it's just yourself. Windows all round by the looks of it. Oh, that looks like an extra. Or is... I think that's part of it, isn't it?
Yeah,
that little roof canopy thing.
That's when
windows all round.
Collapses out and that's
Probably fit 2 people in there. Looking at the... Yeah. Does it sit on when you're driving? Is it all on the roof rack, do you think?
Yeah, it just collapses down flat onto your roof rack.
And it stays up there, you ain't got to...
It stays up there and when you're
finished.
On there, you just lift it
Yeah. Lots of awnings up. Air Pro. We got one with Moose last year, didn't we? When we brought Moose. And we've never used it yet.
Tags over the top of the wagon.
There's lots and lots of caravans. Lovely. They have got a lot of small campers this year, haven't they? As in not motorhomes. They've got a fair few campervans. That's a big one, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's bigger than our one. Right, there's the footpath, I think, with the yellow sign. Loudon's, I picked one up. Yeah, so Loudon's is in Nottinghamshire, near the little village of Gunthorpe, where there is a campsite in Gunthorpe, or a caravan site, but you can there's a pub stop in the pub on the river there as well, which we always intended to stop at, but we haven't yet, have we?
Is that the
The
pub?
pub. This is a fishing lake. There is a sign that says that all their fish are microchipped and recognisable, so you mustn't go stealing their fish. So I imagine you'd have to have a licence to fish here. There seems to be quite a few fishermen along the bank with little tents and that. Oh, not sure how you're supposed to get your mail right up there. Suppose that could be an owl box. Quite a big, lovely little field, meadow, beautiful wild roses. Do wild roses smell? Yes, they've got a very gentle little smell. There we go. Lots of buttercups. Is that a red admiral? There he is. Beautiful. Oh, there he's gone. There he is on that one now. Oh. I don't think it's a red admiral, is it? He's enjoying the nectar in the wild roses there. Or is that the blackberry bush? Blackberry bush, I think. There's the River Trent. So we could have walked that way, which is to Burton Joyce, but we've decided we are going to walk this way along the River Trent towards Gunthorpe and the Locks. I say Gunthorpe is just outside Loudons, so we are basically just waiting on a phone call to tell us that Moose's habitation check is finished. But this is a beautiful walk, very sheltered. It's a bit humid today because it's cloudy, but I would think it's around about 20-21 degrees, so as I say, a little bit humid. Can't quite see, you can see a bit of the River Trent there. This looks like a fairly well maintained footpath, very flat, so ideal for people with walking difficulties or in a wheelchair. I think that field we came through is probably like a nature reserve. It's all wildflowers, newly planted trees, but say even that was quite flat through the field. There was no lumps or bumps. So yes, I should imagine it's a lovely walk for most people, able-bodied or not so able-bodied. Beautiful bird song and lots of wildlife and flowers, butterflies. There's a better view of the river. So that's a River Trent. You can see how fast it's running. Oh, irises are coming out, yellow irises. As I said, that's the River Trent. Stinging nettles. Steve was saying that all around here, where the wildflowers are and these footpaths, are old gravel pits. And I must admit, these old gravel pits and that from the 80s, 70s, 80s, whenever, they certainly turn them into beautiful places afterwards when they're no longer required. We have one near us, about 4 miles away from us, covers about 4 towns, Thurmaston, Syston, Birstall and Leicester itself. And that was old gravel pits as well. It's now called Watermead Country Park, with lots of small lakes and big lakes and footpaths, bird watching. Oh, that looks like an old water thing of some kind. There's the manhole cover. Oh, and another one. As it say, it's certainly nice when they don't leave things to just lay to waste. When they finish with them, they turn them into lovely places for the local people to walk and enjoy. I think we're going to come up to Gunthorpe Bridge in a minute. Or can I just see this end of it? Too many trees. But there's a lock here as well, apparently. But there, that's how wide the river is. Oh, is that a crow? Well, you've got a view, a room with a view.
Water lilies are just about to pop out.
Oh yeah. Don't want to go too far. I had a fall yesterday at someone's house. Banged my knee and cut it. There's the water lilies. I still can't see the bridge from here. And there's Stephen, look, standing in the water. Swim! No, not standing in the water, but there is Gunthorpe Bridge. A nice old bridge. It's a very busy road though. But just under this bridge you go into Gunthorpe Village, and as I said, there's a couple of, I think, a couple of restaurants. Either 1 or 2 pubs. As I say, there is. I did hear him from right back there, but I didn't catch sight of him till he got up close.
They've pretty much sewn up there, the Cloudham's people, haven't they?
I have, yeah.
They've got all the facilities you need. Wander off, down the footpaths and whatever. Built in 1927 there.
Oh, yep. So Gunthorpe Bridge was built in 1927, and it's a very pretty bridge. NSAR, I suppose that's Nottingham County Council, or Nottingham City Council, NCC. Woo! Woo-hoo! Little bit of an echo. Is that the pub car park there? think it is, isn't it? Oh, there's a nice view down to through the bridge and down as far as the eye can see. And we have a plaque here that says Riverside landscape planted in memory of the Gunthorpe Fallen, 1914 to 1918. Also in memory of the bomber crew who died in the parish of Gunthorpe, 1st of October 1942. And this is the one that you can have a pub stopover. There is a car park at the back, but right next door to it is almost like a hidden caravan site. It's behind locked gates and you have to have a code of some kind, I think, to get in. It's a huge hotel. And next door is Tom Brown's restaurant. And further down is the Anchor. So quite a lot to do around Gunthorpe. That's not the car park entrance, the back car park. So you stay overnight. They do serve breakfasts. Also do takeaway coffees, teas and pastries. Monday to Friday open 7 to 11 for breakfast. Saturday 8 to 11 and Sunday 8 to 10:30. So this is your way into, and there is a camper down the bottom by the looks of it. So they love dogs as well, although your dogs must be kept on a lead when you're inside. But this is the car park where, as long as you pop in, I mean, we went in when we brought Moose on the first day. We came in to ask if they were a pub stopover because we thought we'd use them at some stage. And she said yes, and basically she said, you only have to buy a drink. But I think it's more courteous to buy a meal as well. So leisurely lunches, 2 courses, £15, Monday to Friday. A warm welcome to the Unicorn from Hannah and the team. Children's play park, a nice pub garden. If you've got an electric car, there is rapid charges here. And this is the way out. So I imagine it would be quite a nice peaceful stopover if you park down the bottom there. We will come and try it one night and then we can tell you what it is like.